You never see it coming. Oh, how I've missed Persona 5. It's a very good game, and it feels weird now talking about the animation, which was something that was going to happen regardless. We were expecting it. We were desiring it. Like, I think a lot of people that was like, you know what? I'm going to wait on the anime. I knew, like, quite a few people that were like, I really would love to put like 100 hours into this game, but I'm just going to wait for the anime. And this is probably some of you people. If not, you're going to be like me, where it's like, you've played the game, you know everything that's going to happen, you know the characters, and it's like, you just want to see how the anime is going to handle some of the material that's going on there. So yeah, this is going to be a little weird for me, as I watched Persona 4, the animation, loved it and all that, and then I went through the game, which was a weird order for me, as I went through P4 and I went through the anime first, and then I beat the game. Then I went through Persona 3, didn't watch the movies. I watched the first one. I was like, they're rushing for material, but like I never saw the rest of them apart from like the second movie, and that was it. And then Persona 5, I was like on it. First couple of weeks that it was out, blitzed through it, nearly platinumed that game. Jesus Christ, I think I did. Like, I nearly platinumed it, but it's like, I love that game a lot, and it got me into the Shin Megami Tensei series, playing SMT4, need to play Digital Devil Saga, that's something on there. But this is talking about the animation, which is, obviously, this isn't going to have the strongest art direction like the game was. Obviously, there's a lot more. This is a TV animation, so they're not going to go fully flashy with this, but I will at least want to talk about the first episode. I might keep up with the series, depending on like how well it does, but I want to talk about this because there are things in the episode that was like, huh, they're actually doing some clever things to like, let's try and like skim through some of that material where it's like, we're trying to rush it. And I definitely did like them doing the first bit of the episode. They're clearly sticking to the same structure as the game does, where it's like, you start off in the middle of a heist with Joker, and he's like going around. You hear the cast. You hear all of them at the start, like you do at the start of the game. They do skim around some of it, like they quickly go through that. You don't go through the whole area like you do in the first game. But I will say, I believe it was that A1 or one of the studios that did actually adaptate like a bunch of that stuff through the Star game, because P5, the game, actually has a bunch of anime cutscenes in there. So I'm surprised if they didn't try and reuse some of that material in there. But you go through there and Joker gets caught because they were already planning for him to make his escape. And this is the weird thing where, if you've been reading the manga for P5, I read a little bit of it, where his name was Akira Kurosu in the manga. In this, it's Amamiya Ren. So I was like, oh, they're not sticking that. So that's the official name that we're going to be going for if we see him in any more material, I guess. Like, same thing with, like, Yu Narakami, and I believe P3 was Minato? I don't know what he was in the manga, so, like, I can't really say that. But I'm pretty sure it was, like, Yu Narakami in, like, the rest of the games. Definitely wasn't P4A as well. But we get to see him, and the version that they're taking for him is obviously the more kind of quiet type. It really weirds me out, him talking. Like, you barely hear him. And especially as well for this is Japanese. I played the entire game in the English dub, so the Japanese cast is going to be weird to me. I know some of the people. I know Yusuke is voiced by Gintoki. I know like a couple of them. I know Ryuji, which we'll get to him later, is voiced by fucking Light Yagami, so I know I'm quite familiar, and it's like definitely the Japanese cast is good. It just is very jarring, as I spent hundreds of hours and really like the English dub a lot, which that's the thing I guess we should go into, is like once we see that like what happened to like Ren is he clearly had to move out. He was got in trouble with the police before the whole Joker thing, before any of that happened. He clearly got into some trouble, and he is moving, and we get to see a little bit that he's going to be staying with this guy named Futaba, like Sakura, so we get to see what's going on with him. It's like, okay, like, what's going on here? What happened? And why the police are like all involved? And I was like, alright, he's clearly doing it as a favor for like I don't think they mentioned that in the first episode, but it's like they mentioned it like straight away in like the game, where it's like he's just doing this for a favor of a friend, and it's like how Red is like, no, he's trying to talk about it. It's like, it was an accident, and it's like, they're definitely playing him off at the start as like he's not this as like how you was like very confident. Minato was just this he was like brooding, kind of silent, like he just kept to himself for the most part, Minato, how they played him off in the movies. But they're playing, at least anyway from the start, like Ren, he's very quiet, very kind of little silent type. And I know they might be obviously going to that as well because, hey, guess what? The P5 protagonist is kind of silent. Like, he doesn't say that much in the games. He says a couple things in cutscenes and then a few things every now and then. But he's a mostly silent protagonist, so it's like, it's going to be weird how you convey that. And it's like, you have three options really. Do you go the weird goofy side with him? Do you go the more kind of quiet, like kind of what they're going with, the more straight answered kind of one? Or do you be the dick out of the entire one? Which, that'll be an interesting thing when with Ren, he's like, no, he's an asshole. Like, that would have been a cool thing that they did. But we get to see him starting up a school, got his new thing. They did a really cool little hint at the start of the episode though. I liked when he was like just walking around the city and you saw his persona in blue flame. It was gorgeous. I loved that. And we get to see a little bit of the cast. Like, we get to see Anne, we get to see Ryuji, which, yeah, Ryuji, I cannot fucking stand in Japanese. I'm sorry, and I know the voice actor is good. I don't know if it's just how he was told to write. I don't even know if that's how he is in the game, to be fair. But I cannot stand him. Like, I cannot stand when he talks as Ryuji. It does not sound good. Like, and that's a weird thing for me to say when P5 is like a very high scale, like kind of like series, and it's like, if that's how he sounds like in the game, I don't really want to, like that doesn't like sound great. And I've seen a couple of people as well talk about that where I was like, ooh, Ryuji sounded fucking great. This is coming from someone that like can tolerate Asta from Black Clover, so yeah, like, I don't know, like, that was just a really first impression with me with Ryuji. And sounded fine, but like, I honestly heard so little that, I mean, am I gonna say anything against like Sugita? Like, am I really gonna say anything about Yusuke? Like, it's fucking Gintoki, it's Joseph Joestar. I'm a fan to that voice actor and like every role that he does, so I'm not gonna say shit about that at all. And like from what the little bit I heard of Haru and Futaba, like, they sounded fine. Sojiro, I mean, that's how he sounded. He sounded perfectly fine in Japanese. I don't know, it's just the one other character that sounded fucking weird was Kamoshida, which was the creepy teacher that we see, where he's like, hey Anne, get in my car. Oh, you want to come as well? Random Japanese protagonist man? He's like, no, I'm good. And you see him later on in the episode. It's like he's just there to crown when like him and Ryuji are going across this alleyway, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? Why is Kamoshida like this? Why are there knights everywhere? And you see that they've been taken into a completely different world. It keeps everything a mystery, and it's kind of like, honestly, I'm trying to review this in a way where it's like, yeah, let's not talk about give away everything for the show, since obviously some people of you guys here are going to be tuning in that are going to be like, I've never played the games before, so I'm going to at least try and keep some of the stuff secret for you. But you're like, why is Kamoshida like this? What's with the demonic voice? Where are we right now? What the hell's going on? What is that weird app that's appearing right now on Amamiya's like phone? Who the fuck is Arsene when he appears? And it's like he starts breaking the chains, and it's like the blue flame starts appearing in the trench coat, which, by the way, yeah, I really like the fucking design on there. And like, they did the right thing with keeping the music from the game. Like, when you started hearing like all like when they starts traveling around, they did a nice cool thing, which was they took the little map thing from the game as well. So it's like you get to see him traveling across like the map and everything, and I was like, that's good. They did some really cool shit with this. Like, I like that they did that. Mind you, they're taking stuff from what they did in the game, and I'm hoping that the anime can, you know, have its own flavor. I want to see if they try and do some unique stuff on there. But yeah, they've already announced the home video license for this over here in the UK, so I'm picking it up regardless. I really hope they get to keep the cast for like for P5 like they did in the game. I know with P4 they had to change a couple of characters there. I know obviously one of the Chie had to be replaced. I think Kanji as well. I think Kanji had to be changed at some point. But it's like, I hope they keep the same, because I really like the P5 cast. Like, I really like them in English dub, and I hope they do some sort of thing where they stream both the English dub episodes and maybe as well, like, the Japanese. But yeah, no, the Japanese, it was very jarring for me, like, which is someone that's watched so much Japanese and heard these voice actors all over. Like I said, Kamoshida sounded fucking weird, and, like, I did not like Ryuji's voice actor in this episode. I am sorry that I am being brutally honest with that. That does, like, I'm used to, like, him sounding a little bit cocky. I don't know, he just sounded more like a fucking brat than, like, kind of how he is. Like, I personally, so we'll see if it grows on me, but yeah, that was the one takeout where I was like, ooh, I did not like that at all. So, yeah. Overall, I mean, what else am I supposed to say? It's a strong episode, and I definitely enjoyed it, and they lead you off on a little bit of the teaser right at the end. You get to see another Pi member, like, appearing on there, which, we played the games, we know who that is. Like, we definitely know who the fuck that cat is, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to talking a little bit more about P5, and I'm curious to see, like, the rest of the cast and all that. A little bit, I get to hear them a little bit more and all that. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. That's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.